Hello everyone, Mason here of RedBeard MTG. Today I am coming to you with what I think is a pretty decent deck. This is Gruul Dinos. I can't claim credit for it. That's Mega Mogwai who gets credit for this deck. Head on over to his channel. He's a brilliant streamer and MTG content creator. Now, so what we've got is Dinos. Straight up dino. There are a few exceptions, so Llanowar Elves isn't a dino, but ramps us into our bigger spells. Drover of the Mighty. This isn't a dinosaur, but becomes a 3/3 if you control one, and it can add 1 mana of any colour. Very strong card. I am thinking of swapping out 2 Llanowar Elves for 2 more copies of Drover of the Mighty. I do prefer it. I'm going to do that now, actually. I just feel it's a stronger card overall. It dies to the same removal though, so it's going to die pretty often against mono-red decks and anything that really deals with small creatures. Blue-black decks, control decks, things like that. Now, in our 3-drop spot, we've got all these guys. This is our key spot. We're trying to get to that mana using Llanowar Elves and Drover of the Mighty to get there on turn 2, get there a turn earlier. So first off, we've got Ranging Raptors. There's a big Enrage theme in this deck. Ranging Raptors ramps you whenever it's dealt damage, especially good against mono-red decks that deal small amounts of damage at a time, because a lot of these cards, Ripjaw Raptor included, have a high toughness and usually take 2 lots of damage from them. Thrashing Brontodon. 4 main deck, it's 3/4 body for 3 mana, great rate already, and you can use it to destroy artifacts and enchantments. Farrier Cannonades for them small creature decks. It takes out our own Llanowar Elves and Drover of the Mighty, unless we've got a dinosaur with the Drover, which is another reason I prefer to have 2 Llanowar Elves. Savage Stomp, easy way to trigger Enrage, costs 2 less if we're using it on one of our dinos, and it makes it bigger before having it fight it. Domri, good value Planeswalker. Creatures you control get +1/+0. +1 can ramp us a bit faster into our bigger creatures, and our -2 spot removal, and also allows us to trigger Enrage. Ripjaw Raptor, 4 mana 4/5 is already a great rate, but whenever it's dealt damage, you draw a card off its Enrage ability, and this is just fantastic in matchups against small creature decks or even big creature decks. Getting 1 card draw is still big money for the value. Against mono red, it's almost insurmountable for them. They generally have to use 2 removal spells on it, so 2 of the bigger end removal spells, and it's just going to draw us a lot of cards. So it's a great blocker, great damage sponger if they really want to get rid of it, but a lot of red decks will not attack into it. Regisaur Alpha, 4 copies. We can get to it as early as turn 3. Gives our other dinosaurs haste and brings a dinosaur along with it. So for 5 mana, you get 7 power and toughness worth over 2 creatures, and the token itself has trample. Now we've got a high end here of Atali. He's just a fun card. I just want to pull him out while I've got a Regisaur Alpha out as early as turn 4, and just start attacking them and taking their stuff, like control decks do to all the time. Thief of Sanity. Atali's just bigger and scarier. He's not scarier. It's a lie. Carnage Tyrant ×2 for the control matchups. Trample, Hexproof. A 6 mana 7/6 that can't be countered. It's just broken. Delta, 12 mana. Gets its cost reduced. You probably all know what it does. You can read it there. The power you have reduces its cost. If you have 10 power, takes off the 10 generic mana. You've got a green 12/12 with trample. Standard sort of mana base, only 22 lands because we do have a lot of mana creatures. 5 mountain, 9 forest, 4 rootbound crag, and 4 stomping ground. I think this deck would be a lot slower if you were to use budget lands, the tap lands. Obviously all decks do, but I think it could be critical sometimes in this deck. In the sideboard, 2 Lava Coils, great creature removal, gets rid of it, deals with both kinds of Phoenixes. Raptor Hatchling, very good in the mono red matchup. Again, they don't want to attack into it because they're going to give you a bigger body. Moving Dark, both great against control, absolutely fantastic card. Collision Colossus deals with Lyra. Someone pulls out a Lyra against us, it's kind of hard for us to beat anywhere down here. And we've only got 4 cards that are big enough. Got a couple of fight effects, obviously, but it's hard. Creatures with flying, so we've got no reach. The only way to get rid of them is the fight effects. Gets rid of flyers, makes our stuff big if we need to kill stuff. Another fiery cannon just because it is fantastic in the small creature matchups. Death Guard Scavenger gives us a bit of a hedge against Mono Red. Mono Red is just faster than we are, far faster. And sometimes you feel like you're getting really far behind before you get even anything on board. Death Guard Scavenger can come in, clear up a bit of the mess. If you can get it attacking before they remove it, can clear up a little bit more of the mess. Another Savage Stomp, some more point removal. And to the Immortal Sun. Now this, I've just played a match against some 5-colour Super Friends deck with this deck. Got an Immortal Sun on the table and they conceded immediately. No one expects it. People want to run Super Friends decks, they want to run control decks where Planeswalkers are your win conditions, they're the best value stuff you have. You bring this down against decks that rely on it, a lot of them can't get rid of it. A lot of decks that rely on Planeswalkers, they can't get rid of it. And it's not just the loyalty abilities that it gets rid of as well. At the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card. You're already getting a card up each turn. Makes your stuff cheaper and it's an anthem for all your creatures. It's just incredibly powerful. You may wonder, because we're running Domri, his passive ability is still relevant even if we can't use his abilities. And he can help us ramp out into the Immortal Sun as well, so it just works great. Now, I'm currently in a traditional constructed league where I'm currently 2 for 1. I'm going to play one match for you so you can see the deck. Hope you enjoy. I don't think I can keep that. Ugh. I'm going to keep this. Range Raptors to the bottom, got to hit a land with this community. Beautiful. Go over the Mighty into ranging Raptors. Savage Stomp if we need to kill a creature. So I'm still going to run out the we get ranging Raptors down alongside it and then it's back into 3 for draw land. Right, we don't, so we'll play out ranging Raptors. So blue-black so far. What's Esper? And we're against the Thief of Sanity straight away. Now, this is where Savage Stomp is absolutely perfect. Get a land for our troubles. And then attack 6. Yeah, we're doing okay so far. So, if I draw a land, I can force a Carnage Tyrant out. Might delay it depending on what I draw though, just think about it. Ah, so we're against Esper mid-range. So... I'm going to tap my all around. Load out the Fiery Cannonade. Get the Ripjaw Raptor. I just want to deal with the that for 6 again. Well, that isn't very nice. Nice. Oh. Yeah, please. Thank you. Okay, I just made a boo-boo. I tried to play Fire Cannonade on a pirate. So I'm a silly Billy. May have something to kill it now. I'm very happy with. There.
I am not going to sit this one out. Let's try this.
Hopefully they attack with both. I don't play another creature here, I just saw Alpha come down with Fairy. Even if you know, would be a problem here. Could have a disdainful stroke and it's too long. Current still close to their problem. Ooh, D-Spark. Okay. 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 We can play that. Oh, we lose our token.
Here we go.
I feel good about where we're at. Doesn't feel good though. Does not feel good.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
He brought all the D-Sparks. Came prepared, this guy. Not having any of our Dino shenanigans. Instant speed thought erasure. Don't know why I didn't do that in draw step. Oh, tea please. We don't have decent hot chocolate, do we? No. You're only good at making it. Best way to do it is to put like 4 spoonfuls of hot chocolate in. Wait, I'm recording right now. I'm connecting to you while doing it. I shouldn't be doing that. Oh, he's just killing everything. And I'm dead. We'll let him have the satisfaction of killing us. That did not feel good. Right, so against these guys on the lava coils. Savage Stomp. Carnage time. Definitely down the Tarly. Don't want it to be countered. I feel like Delta's going to be easy to cast. Elves die kind of hard. Go oh, I didn't think about D-Spark for Delta. I've managed to win this somehow, I need to remember. Got turn 2 done, we into commune with dinosaurs.
Only punish you if they catch you.
And then we grab. We get some progress here. I'm gonna get another Rip Draw Raptor. He just plays for it sometimes. Why not? That wasn't cool.
Busted heads is my bread and butter.
Four mana 5/5 we're done now. Be nice if I didn't have a removal for everything I have. Right, a lot of D-Sparks. A lot of D-Sparks.
I've lived with animals my entire life. Explains a lot, actually. I'm not finished with you. Not by a long shot.
Took the bait. He was baited. We got our Domri back.
I vow to no one.
Nice. I like another Registrar Alpha here. I like it a lot. Takes our token because he knows hostage takers can easily die and concedes. Right, so I'm going to take out Galter and I'll put in Carnage Tyrant again because I'm a fool and totally forgot about D-Sparks coming in from the opponent's sideboard. Rip Draw Raptor hasn't done too much in this matchup. Let's go. Sorry about that. We've got the Carnage Tyrants back in a bit more resilient to the removal our opponent's going to have. Can't see them playing Kaiser. So we are putting up a fight against Esper mid-range. Our opponent was a little slow last game, so I'm tempted to keep this. Well, I think we can try again. And get punished. Right, we've got to land on top. We've got to land on top. It wasn't a complete disaster. This could be a... Oh, no, very close. I might have been Carnage Tyrant. Draven Knight is also an option. Not tempted to get greedy. Nice, let's try to slow us down. And we get a lot of rails, which keeps us right on track. Possibly Rickjaw Raptor if we get another land. We could just hamstring us here and kill one of our rails as well.
Let's slow
It's not
this
fun.
down. No, I am not making this up as I go.
Try that again. Round Catacomb from our opponent. And a hostage taker, so now they're stealing our rails. Not having a good time here, guys. Not at all.
I've got time.
This feels like we just lost. On a multi-5 with only one land.
Here goes nothing.
Oh. So this is our opponent's fourth hostage taker in these games.
Trust me, I have a plan.
It's normally Thief of Sanity you see in insane quantities. So we are getting smacked about by Esper mid-range now. I thought we were giving them a run for their money, but we are just not doing well here. Raging Raptors, another thing that I want to target. I don't know what I'm hoping for from anything. Pretty sure we're just dead. Oh, oh my god. I'm sorry you had to see that, guys. That was painful. Please let me know in the comments where I've gone wrong there. I feel like we could have won that. And I just slipped somewhere. So any constructive criticism you can give will be well received. Any negative comments, just keep them to yourself. Unless they're constructive. See what we got. Got 1,000 gold. Okay, I didn't know that card existed. Thanks for your time, guys. Let me know what you thought. Appreciate it.